Hey folks, this is Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking, and in this video, we're going to take a look at 3 different wall mount bike rack options that I've been playing around with that you might like to store your mountain bike. Hey folks, once again, this is Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking, where we talk about all kinds of fun and cool things that have to do with mountain bikes. So if you like fun and cool things that have to do with mountain bikes, you really should consider pushing that subscribe button and maybe even click on that little bell so you're always alerted about when we come out with new videos. In this video, like I promised, we're going to take a look at 3 different wall mount bike rack options. We're going to start from the simplest and most inexpensive model to move up to something a little bit more expensive, but a little bit more elaborate that gives you some pretty cool functionality. So we'll go 1, 2, and 3. So let's get over to the wall and we'll take a look at the first example. The first bike rack we're going to take a look at is this little guy right here. It's by a company called Hornet, and it's called the Klug. It's this little bitty guy that mounts to the wall. It's really simple to mount. They're just 2 little screws that are used to mount this into the wall, and it has this plastic piece here that wraps around your tire, and that's how it mounts, that's how it holds your bike onto the wall. Let me show you how it works right now. You just bring your bike over to the Klug and push the front tire right in. And that's it. Once you get that in there, it's pretty darn sturdy and holds the bike in quite nicely. And then to remove your bike, you would just pull the bike out of the Klug. And off you go. The Klug is definitely the simplest and most inexpensive rack that we're going to take a look at in this video. You can buy different size Klugs based on the width of your tires. So there's a range, there's different ranges. So what you do is you take a look at the website, you take a look at the size of your tire, and then you make sure you get a Klug that'll fit that one. I like this one, and again, it's really great for folks that just maybe have one bike, they want something simple, low profile that they want to mount inside their home or their garage. The second bike rack we want to take a look at tonight is this other wall mount option by a company called iBearer, and this is their bicycle wall hanger. The idea of this one is to mount your bike more, I guess we want to say horizontally, right, or flat against the wall, and this one has a little bit more in the way of flexibility for the kind of bike you're going to mount on the wall. If you notice, the arms go up and down, and there are little locks where you can move the arms in different positions. Okay, and this whole mechanism slides in and out off the wall. So I like to use this one as more of a display piece to display a bike on the wall. Very good for bikes that are full suspension, because it's always a tough way of trying to get them to fit in there nicely, but this works out well. Let me show you how. Okay, that just fits right on there nicely. It's secure, and again, you can adjust these arms for different types of bikes. So this is the bicycle wall mount by a company called iBearer, and pretty cool option, especially if you want to display your bike on the wall and kind of show it off, which a lot of us mountain bikers love to do, because we do love our bikes. The last bike rack we're going to take a look at right now is called the Steady Rack. The Steady Rack mounts to your wall with a couple bolts on the top and on the bottom, and this is going to be your more expensive option, but it is, of the 3, the most flexible option. I opted for the Fat Bike one. You'll take a look at how this all fits in just a minute. The Fat Bike one gives you the most room for your tire to sit inside the rack. So that falls down just like that, and your tire fits right here. And you have a lot of flexibility on what kind of tire you fit in there. You can go with a Fat Bike, maybe a 2.8, a 3.0, 2.25, right? I mean, you have a lot of options with this, and it also does something really cool, and why I like it the most. It will move. So I can take my bikes and mount them on the wall. There's a nice little stopper on the wall on the bottom to hold your back tire, and this is probably the most versatile option that I've used so far. Let me show you exactly how a bike fits inside this. You just roll the bike up from the back. If you need to, put your knee underneath the seat and just pop it up. And then the bike just rolls right in. And now you can take your bike, which is what I love the most, and you can move it around. Okay? And then to get the bike off, you're simply just going to literally roll it off the wall. Now, what's great about the Steady Rack is you can actually put away bikes that are maybe a little bit heavy and you might not be that strong to pick a bike up, and you're not picking anything up. You're just rolling it into this little cradle. So someone that might not be that strong could still put away a rather heavy bike. Pretty cool option. Again, a little bit more expensive, but it allows me to put, well, basically allows me to know that I'm going to have a bike rack that's going to fit whatever bike I bring into the office, because I do kind of go through a lot of bikes, and this option will be the most flexible one. So to do a quick wrap up, the Klug is by far the simplest and most inexpensive model we took a look at. It's stealth. You just mount it onto the wall. Simple, easy to use, really easy to install, and just great to even put up in your dorm room or something like that. Great way to get your bike out of the way and store it. Pretty cool option. The bicycle wall rack option that we took a look at by Ibera, that one is really nice if you want to get your bike up and have it flat against the wall. The claim to fame with that one is the flexible arms. The new frames that are out, they're sometimes not that easy to find a rack with the arms that can come out to hold on to that. Your more traditional 10-speed road bikes, the frames are pretty simple and it's not hard to fit a bike on a rack. But the full suspension mountain bikes, it's not quite that easy. And that bike rack with the flexible arms, that's really pretty cool. And it's also, again, it's great if you want to put your bike up on the wall and use it for a display. The Steady Rack, certainly the most expensive, but the most flexible model, is great for your mount the bunch against the wall. You want to be able to have anyone get the bike on and off real easily. It allows you to spin the bike or twist it and flatten it against the wall so you can fit them on the wall real easy. That's really why I liked it the most. And also the fact that I can get different size bikes with different tires in the same bike rack. So that's the one that I'll use most of the time in the studio over here. But depending on your needs, I think each of the 3 bike racks have a specific thing they offer you, the user. So depending on what your need is, the different bike rack will be the way for you to go. So each one's got a special thing, and whatever that thing is might be the thing you need, so get that thing, all right? So anyway, this is Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. I've got more information down below. If you have any questions, just go and leave them the comments down below, and I'll get to them. Got links in the description to find out more about us, and that's about it, okay? So keep the party on the pedals, my friends, and I'll catch you later on. Bye-bye.